acolyte has officially been canceled. Goodness gracious, this was some great news to wake up to this morning. The Acolyte canceled no Season 2 for Disney Plus's Star Wars series. I wonder why. Maybe it's because you had a main actress, lead actress, who berated the fans. Maybe it's because the entirety of the marketing was aimed at destroying every good thing that came before it. Maybe it's because you decided that you were going to completely and totally disregard all of Star Wars lore and ruin the canon of the characters and the universe, which every single person who loves Star Wars loved and wanted to watch more of. Maybe it's because you did nothing but destroy everything that you possibly could in relation to the franchise that millions of people fell in love with. The Acolyte never deserved to exist. It was made by people who don't understand the story of Star Wars, made by people who never understood it, and really only wanted it as an excuse to vent at how much they hate the fans. Let's go ahead and move down here and talk about what else is in this article. Exclusive, the story of The Acolyte will not continue, with Lucasfilm opting not to proceed with a second season of Star Wars offshoot starring Amanda Stenberg. Well, I guess you could say opted not to, but in reality they were forced not to because every single episode had subpar viewership. And I'll get into some of the stuff in regards to the other actual minutes watched going further. Word of the decision comes more than a month after the 8-episode first season of the series from creator, director, executive producer, and showrunner Leslie Headland wrapped its run on Disney+. Leslie Headland, I want to remind you of this, was the former personal assistant of Harvey Weinstein and absolutely had knowledge of what was going on within his four-walled office. Probably only had 3 walls, if I'm going to be honest. Wanted to break the 4th one just so that he could talk to her while he was doing what he was doing to those. Never mind. That's a video for another time. Anyways, Leslie Headland also practiced nepotism, casting her sexual partner in the role of the most powerfulest, most amazingest lesbian Star Wars character ever produced by modern Star Wars Disney, or Disney Star Wars. Amanda Stenberg, as I've mentioned, was just absolutely rancid towards fans and hated when fans called out the absolute bullcrap of a story that The Acolyte was pushing. The news is not entirely surprising. The Acolyte did okay with critics, with 78% on Rotten Tomatoes, but divided Star Wars fans. Divided. No. This was almost a universal, unanimous hatred for an absolutely trash show that nobody deserved to watch. A punishment so great and so evil that it would not be found in the deepest, darkest depths of hell. The Acolyte is quite possibly one of the worst things ever put together for television, period. It had a 10-12% on Rotten Tomatoes from the fans. Critics only liked it because they have to pander towards that stuff. Critics only liked it because they have to get paid. So they get paid in order to leave positive reviews in the same way that people get paid to kowtow towards other things, so long as it offers them a little extra cash on the side. Driven by interest into the venerable space franchise, The Acolyte got off to a strong start when it launched with June 4th with 2 episodes, generating 4.8 million views in its first day on the streamer to rank as the biggest series premiere on Disney Plus this year. The tally rose to 11.1 million views globally after 5 days of streaming, corroborating Disney's data. The series made its debut on Nielsen's Top 10 Originals chart in its premiere week at number 7, 488 million minutes viewed, climbing to number 6 the following week. So here's the problem with that. The first 2 episodes were released at the exact same time, so of course you're going to have a higher number of minutes watched, and at the same time you're going to have less people watching it because you're going to have more people replaying it so they can gather every slice of detail they can in order to absolutely destroy this thing with the amount of reviews that were being released. So of course you're going to have conflicting numbers. And it immediately drops off in terms of the minutes watched and actual amount of people viewing it at a single time going forward. The Acolyte could not sustain the momentum, dropping out of the top 10 in week 3 and staying off before returning at number 10 after the release of the finale. 335 million minutes. Yeah, so that's supposed to be a good thing. It's supposed to be an amazing amount of time, but in reality, it's actually smaller than it was before. And I say again, the majority of the time when you're seeing this sort of stuff, it's due to the fact that you have people going back and reviewing each and every single episode. And the only reason why the finale got any credit at all is because there was this huge conversation about the fact that you had Darth Plagueis skulking around at the end of the episode. So that's the reason why those episodes happen to have a little extra minutes watched, a little extra viewership. In reality, it's probably less than they're actually reporting. In interviews, Hedlund has revealed that she had pitched her ideas for a second season, sharing her hopes for a renewal. Lucasfilm's first and most successful to date Disney Plus series, The Mandalorian, is carrying on to cross over to features. Upcoming The Mandalorian and Grogu, Ahsoka, and the company's series that preceded The Acolyte has been renewed for a second season. So, I like to think that Deadline doesn't understand that the main reason why it is that this show failed is because it disrespected the fans and destroyed every ounce of lore that came before it in an attempt to rewrite lore in its own way. Renaming the Force into the Thread, making it so that Anakin Skywalker is no longer the special chosen one, but in reality is just a byproduct of Darth Plagueis copycatting some lesbian space witches in a cult that no one ever heard of before. And the actual true chosen ones were so powerful that they had to be split up into two separate people and two separate individuals in order for them to exist simultaneously at the same time in order to keep the galaxy apart. What a joke. This show's been terrible, and I'm glad that it's been canceled. And it should never ever get a green light in the first place, but at least the fans were able to come together and berate the absolute crap out of this thing until finally we got the happy ending we've all wanted regarding Disney Star Wars. It's crumbling, it's falling to the ground, and I can't wait to see it fall even further. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below your thoughts, share this video out there with your friends, subscribe, and hit that bell notification icon. I look forward to seeing you next video. I hope you guys have a great day and a great rest of the week.